The distress signal wasn't meant for Earth. It was a last-ditch cry from a small alien colony under siege, forgotten by the Galactic Council, ignored by nearby allies. Pirates were closing in, and hope had all but vanished. No one expected a response. And certainly not that kind of response, because when humans Deathworlders hear a call for help, they don't send a diplomat or a rescue pod. They send fleets. Carriers, dreadnoughts, orbital platforms, and armada that make stars blink out. The colony called for aid. Earth answered with overwhelming force. And a message: you are not alone. A forgotten Cragentha Prime was a colony on the edge of Varaxi space, a quiet planet known more for its artisan crafts than strategic importance. The Varaxi were a species of scaled bipeds, peaceful and highly communal, but not warriors. When the Blood Moons, a ruthless pirate syndicate, descended on the planet with fire and fury, the colony was defenseless. Varaxi Commander Vurik sent a distress signal. It was protocol, though he knew better than to expect a response. The Galactic Council was slow. Aid would take weeks if it came at all. But protocol was comfort. It gave his people hope, however fragile. Then came the mistake. A young Varaxi technician, unfamiliar with ancient signal routing protocols, flagged the message as universal distress. It pinged hundreds of systems, including Earth. Earth Listens. Earth had earned the moniker of Deathworld centuries earlier. A planet of extremes, wild weather, deadly fauna, constant tectonic shifts. But those same extremes forged a species of extraordinary resilience. By 2421, humanity had become a force to be reckoned with, not just militarily, but ethically. Earth no longer pursued conquest. It pursued balance, protection, and when it received the distress ping from Gentha Prime, Earth Fleet Command didn't deliberate. Admiral Renee Halverson read the incoming data, cross-referenced the coordinates, and made her decision in under 2 minutes. "We can be there in 36 hours, she told her command team. "We go." The fleet mobilized. Not a small detachment, not a token gesture. Earth didn't believe in minimalism when lives were at stake. They launched the 14th Fleet. The pirates' reign meanwhile. On Gentha Prime, the Blood Moons had turned paradise into a hellscape. Garvesk, their leader, was a warlord from the Aurelian Expanse. He believed in fear. His ships blocked orbital exits. His soldiers executed civilians. Communications were jammed. They broadcast threats across the planet: submit or be erased. The Varaxi, for all their gentleness, held together. They hid what they could. They rationed supplies. Commander Vurik organized underground bunkers and distributed encrypted map codes to civilians. But everyone knew it couldn't last. Until something strange happened. The pirate scanners picked up something entering the system. No, not something. Many things. The arrival Earth's fleet exited FDL in a staggered pattern, a coordinated arrival that immediately created a blanket of sensor noise. Pirate ships panicked. Their systems had never seen so many Earth ships at once. The U.S. Monarch, Earth's flagship, emerged first. A 9-kilometer-long Titan, bristling with railguns, orbital cannons, and stealth detection drones. Then came the carriers: Resolute, Hammerfall, Titan's Wake, escort destroyers, ECM cruisers, medical corvettes. In all, 183 Earth vessels jumped into orbit. The message was simple: this is Earth Fleet Command. We received your signal. Stand by. Help has arrived. Shock and awe. Panic rippled through the Blood Moons. They launched everything they had: interceptors, jammers, missiles. But Earth fleets weren't just powerful. They were precise. Automated drones disabled command ships within minutes. MP lances fried pirate navigation. Earth Marines performed zero-G insertion onto critical targets, neutralizing pirate outposts with brutal efficiency. The pirates never stood a chance. By hour 4, half the Blood Moon fleet was gone. By hour 6, the rest surrendered or were reduced. to space debris. The ground response Earth didn't just fight from orbit. The 101st Earth Marines dropped onto Gentha Prime with surgical precision. They established medical zones, water purification stations, and communication relays. Captain Mira Song, commander of the ground teams, personally led rescue operations in the hardest-hit sectors. She coordinated with Varaxi civilian leaders, learned basic Varaxi sign gesture language, and comforted survivors. Commander Vurik, stunned, asked her, "You came with warships, but you heal too." She nodded. "That's what Earth does. We end violence, then we build something better." Council backlash. The Galactic Council was not pleased. Several high-level species accused Earth of overreach. Unilateral military intervention, they cried. Violation of Council procedure. Earth Ambassador Julia Ortiz responded with calm fury. "You ignored a call for help." "We didn't." Others in the Council, inspired by Earth's action, began reconsidering their own emergency response protocols. A new resolution passed weeks later, allowing member planets to act without prior approval in the event of pirate incursions. The Varaxi filed a formal petition to designate Earth as their first responder ally. The message before departing: Earth installed a permanent shield array around Gentha Prime, gifted advanced sensor grids, and left behind a small peacekeeping advisory force. They took nothing in return. No payment, no territory, no resources. Only one thing was left behind: a plaque in the central square, written in both Earth Standard and Varaxi script. "When you called, we answered. When others delayed, we arrived. Know this, you are not alone. Earth stands with you." Legacy. The story of Gentha Prime spread across the stars. Songs were written, holodocumentaries produced. Varaxi children were named Halverson and Mira in honor of their saviors. Pirate activity in the sector dropped by 78% within the year. No one wanted to risk crossing paths with Earth again, not because humans were ruthless, but because humans cared too much. In a galaxy full of politics, bureaucracy, and calculated neglect, Earth had become something unexpected, a force for unrelenting compassion. Epilogue. Deathworlders, Third War, are dangerous. Every species knows this. They survive worlds that should kill them. They endure pain no others tolerate. Their instincts are sharp. Their tech brutal. But what the galaxy never understood until Gentha Prime was that the most dangerous thing about Deathworlders isn't their weapons. It's their hearts. Because when they decide you matter, when they decide to stand with you, they don't send a drop pod. They send fleets. The chain reaction news of Earth's intervention triggered a wave of reform across neighboring systems. Small colonies that once feared abandonment now had hope. Several planetary governments began forming their own rapid response alliances, modeled after Earth's. The Galactic Council, pressured by the media and public outcry, reluctantly approved budget increases for emergency response units. They even began discussions to create a cross-species rapid aid coalition. Though Earth never asked for credit, its fingerprints were on every proposal. Gervesk's fate captured by Earth Marines during the final raid. Gervesk was held aboard the UES Monarch. During interrogation, he asked one question: why do humans care so much about a planet that isn't theirs? Fleet Commander Halverson replied, "Because every life matters, not just ours. That's the difference." Vesk was eventually turned over to Varaxi courts, where he was sentenced to life labor rebuilding the very cities he helped destroy. Echoes. Across Deathworlds, other Deathworld species long isolated due to their violent environments began reaching out to Earth. Some asked for partnerships. Others simply wanted to understand what made humans different. Earth didn't gatekeep. They shared medical research, terraform tech, even peacekeeping training. For the first time, Deathworlders were seen not as threats but as protectors. A new alliance slowly took shape, the Concord of Harsh Worlds. The Varaxi rebuilt under Earth's guidance. Gentha Prime was transformed in under a year. Infrastructure was rebuilt using resilient human materials. Solar arrays powered new cities. Schools taught both Varaxi culture and Earth standard. Children played without fear. Elders told stories, not of war, but of salvation. The Varaxi even built a replica of the monarch in their capital's museum. The Training Initiative Earth didn't stop at one rescue. They initiated training programs across frontier systems. Varaxi cadets trained with Earth Marines. Joint simulations were held in deep space. Colonies began to rely less on bureaucracy and more on readiness. One slogan swept through the stars: "We don't wait. We act." Halverson's address a year after the Gentha campaign. Admiral Halverson stood before the Galactic Council. "Our strength isn't our weapons. It's our will. We do not act for glory. We act because no one else will. If that makes us dangerous, so be it. But let the galaxy know, when Earth answers a call, it answers with everything." The chamber was silent. Then standing ovation. Deathworlders' Creed. The phrase took on new meaning. Deathworlders don't do small aid. It became a doctrine taught at the Terran Fleet Academy, a promise carved into every rescue ship, a vow printed on every medkit, engraved onto every RAILGUN dot, because when Earth answers a cry for help, they don't send a pod.